You know, when you go on a trip, how you have everything mapped out: hair, nails, accessories, clothing, where you're gonna wear the clothes, what accessories you're gonna put with the clothes, what shoes you're gonna match with your bag. And you look phenomenal on vacation, but then when you come back home, you're just like, oh, I'm home. I just wear whatever I wanna wear, and I'm not gonna put too much thought into it. Stop it, okay? As we go into fall, which is arguably one of the most fashionable times of the year, start to plan your weekly wardrobes like it's a vacation.
5 shows made 3 million a week. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the bestie elite. You are now looking at the best.
Hey there, besties. Welcome back to the summer sessions here on my channel. Today, we're going to walk through the 9 ways to elevate your summer best self into fall, okay? I understand this summer was a doozy, and if you're listening to this in real time, we have now entered September, but there's no reason to take all the work that you've done on yourself in the summer and just disregard it just because we're in fall. So instead, we're going to take our summer selves and build on it in the fall. And here's how. First thing you're going to do is do one fun new thing a month. There was something so special about this summer with all the trips that I took, with all the jobs that I did all over the world, and with some of the jobs that I did back home that really got me to understand how amazing it is when you have at least one thing that's new, exciting, and fun that you're looking forward to. And it doesn't matter if it was a cruise, it doesn't matter if it was a new restaurant, it doesn't matter if it was a new movie. Having one fun new thing that you are going to indulge in per month can take you a long way. Speaking of which, the second thing that you're going to do to elevate your summer best self into fall is to make plans, even if they are plans alone. As great of a time as I had traveling with friends, meeting new people, working with other people, some of the best moments of my summer were in solitude, okay? And if you have a plan, it should not depend upon whether or not somebody's going to come with you. All right, we talked about that in a few previous episodes, and I want to keep that vibe going as we go into fall. Okay, making plans, even if they are plans that you're going to do alone, really gives you something to look forward to and to strive for. Speaking of looking forward to, let's talk about looks, because this third point of how we're going to elevate our summer best self into fall is really a life hack. All right. You are going to create vacation wardrobes for the week. So, when you go on a trip, how you have everything mapped out: hair, nails, accessories, clothing, where you're going to wear the clothes, what accessories you're going to put with the clothes, what shoes you're going to match with your bag. And you look phenomenal on vacation, but then when you come back home, you're just like, oh, I'm home. I just wear whatever I want to wear, and I'm not going to put too much thought into it. Stop it, okay? As we go into fall, which is arguably one of the most fashionable times of the year, start to plan your weekly wardrobes like it's a vacation. Color coordinate, put some accessories together, put the effort in, and you'd be surprised how much better you show up as a person on a daily basis, all based on how you are physically putting yourself together. But you know the drill. You don't have to take my word for it. You can try it for yourself. All right. Now, speaking of looks though, this next hack I really do look forward to indulging in, right? And that's planning your aesthetic for the season. All right. So when I did trips, right, just like this one, you see I have the red hair. It's the signature for this particular time of the year. So I've got red braids. I'm coordinating it with the outfits. I'm coordinating it with the accessories. And that aesthetic of me having this hairstyle and how I played all of my visuals off of that really brought a different energy to the places I was with, the people I engaged with, etc. And it's all because I literally had an aesthetic for that time period. So imagine us doing the same thing for fall. Imagine if you're going to say hey, I'm going to go ginger for the fall, or I'm going to do locks for the fall, or I'm going to have, a pixie cut for the fall. And then, or maybe it's a color palette. Maybe for the fall, you're going to be doing burgundy, right? Or rich emerald greens, whatever it is. If you pick an aesthetic for the season, maybe preppy, maybe goth, who knows, right? If you pick an aesthetic and you start to really build your personal visuals, hair, nails, makeup, accessories, clothing, vibe off of it, you'd be surprised how differently you show up. All right. Remember, we are elevating our summer selves into the fall and becoming better than our previous best versions of ourselves. I think this is a really cool way to do so and still have fun. All right. Now, you might be saying to yourself, okay, I'm doing all this work on how I look and, I'm making all these plans and I'm doing all these fun new things. What about me, right? Like, I'm doing all this for what? And to that, I say to document it. You'd be so surprised, like, even as you're watching this video, it's like a recap of all the small things that I did on this one specific trip. Me even watching this has put me in a different mindset. Like, I still feel like I'm there. I still feel like I'm there. And I took this trip a while ago, right? A couple months ago, still in the summer, right? But it's something about documenting it, even if it's only for you, that just makes you show up differently. If I wasn't documenting anything, I wouldn't necessarily care as much about how I looked, who I talked to, what I did, because guess what? There wouldn't be a memory of it. When you find yourself documenting your life, even if it's only for you, there's something so much more special about finding that fun new thing a month, making the plans, having the vacay wardrobe, putting together the aesthetic. Because when you document it, you can look back on it and realize just how far you've come and just how much you've grown. Okay? Now, these last couple things are something I feel like you should do year round, but we're just going to take it one step at a time. And the first of the three that we have left is to meet new people intentionally. I'm not saying everywhere you go, people got to know who you are. I'm just saying setting aside some time, maybe at that fun new thing a month, to meet somebody new. And it could be platonic, it could be romantic. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't even have to be beyond that space and time. You can literally just meet somebody new and just have met them and move on with your life. But having that different experience, coming into contact with people who might have different thought processes than you, might unlock a different way of life for you, might unlock a different way of you thinking, is invaluable, okay? Now, where it goes from there is totally up to you. Just make sure you do this second to last thing, which is plan for life. Nothing goes according to plan every single time, which is why, in the words of one of my friend's late mothers, you can make all the plans in the world, but you cannot plan for life. Meaning, you have no idea what life's going to throw at you, so plan for the unexpected. Leave some wiggle room to do something unexpected. You'd be so surprised how much better your life turns out when you leave room for life to happen. All right? And with all that's going on in life, make sure you do this last step, which is rest. You are no good to anybody tired, groggy, upset, frustrated, and depleted. So rest like your life depends on it, because it does, okay? Because it does. That's everything for this summer session. Take what you need, leave what you don't. And as always, I'll talk to you soon. Be the best you can be. Until then, bye.